What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment, IG, TikTok on the video, and we're gonna hop right into it. So today we'll be talking about a video I did about 2 weeks ago. Actually a shocking, well, not so shocking to me, but a update that is we about to see how niggas react to it because it kind of came out late tonight. Like I said, we'll see how the whole world reacts when motherfuckers get up in the morning. But I'm I'm excited to see, not excited, but I'm ready to see how niggas react. So if you haven't figured out yet, we are talking about Antonio Brown. Now, this is stemming from Antonio Brown having a incident at Aiden Ross's celebrity boxing match. So there's multiple videos out, multiple angles of this. So I put in the last video, I'll put in this one, but basically can give you a quick rundown of what happened. As we see from the videos, we're seeing Antonio Brown basically get jumped, and a lot of the videos you're seeing him kind of like tumble out of it and fight some, like kick some other guy and tumble out of it.
Oh shit! Wait, what the fuck? That's security at me. Shit! Oh, what the fuck?
And then eventually we have this one girl angle. Her name is Julian Flippian or some shit like that, and her angle is like from the other side of the car. It looks, I think it's a G-Wagon if I remember top of my head, but basically she sees Antonio. At first she was excited to see Antonio, but she was just like, she kind of see what kind of energy on what he finna do. It basically look like he about to pull his file out, and she like, not over here, not over here, not over here.
Not over here, not over here, not over here.
And then eventually, we see a video. It's like a parking garage. So it's basically like you got the whole, he's getting jumped in the parking lot outside the garage. So then it's like a little walkthrough with the garage, and then it's the other side of the parking lot. So you see him run through. After that video, you see him run through the parking garage, and all you see is shots get fired.
Walking. Yo, it's AV outside. Oh, shit.
And now we know Antonio Brown is now being charged with attempted murder. I mean, he got detained that night, but obviously they hadn't filed no. Well, now we know, as we've seen in a lot of cases before. If you are familiar with police work like this, the police like to play dirty games. So the fact that the police released him that night should show that they were just trying to build their case. They didn't know what they wanted to do with him at first, and now they have their case. So that's why they are now charging him with attempted murder. I will say, to give some backstory to this. Now, originally it looked like Antonio, I mean, people were, just thinking Antonio may be getting jumped for no reason or that of sorts, or, maybe he said something because he can be a dickhead at times, and as we've seen from a lot of his actions in the past. But it's reportedly, and I've seen this on No Jumper, I've seen Myron Gaines talk about it, it's reportedly saying that this stems from a beef that he had in Dubai. So, reportedly, he was friends with some guy in Dubai, and I'll just put the video of him explaining. There's no reason in us explaining it twice, but
this was an attempted chain snatching, correct?
No, Antonio Brown lied. So here's what happened, okay? This here stemmed from a Dubai incident. Antonio Brown, the Muslim brother, and Floyd Mayweather was in Dubai for the Floyd Mayweather fight. While in Dubai, Antonio Brown and like his cousin, they brought some hoes to the penthouse. The Muslim brother is married, and also he's Muslim, so he's not about to stay with the prostitutes, right? The Muslim brother leaves, but his stuff is still in the penthouse. He just left because he don't want to be around no prostitutes. He left for a few hours, went to go pray, blah, blah. He came back, Antonio Brown and them is gone. So then he tries to find his chain, which is $100,000. He couldn't find his chain. He's calling Antonio Brown, and Antonio Brown isn't picking up at all. But they're all there with mutual people. So the mutuals know where Antonio Brown is currently at. He goes to Antonio Brown at the other hotel that he's currently at. He said, bro, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but I can't find my $100,000 chain. Where is it? Antonio Brown says, hey, bro, my cousin took it. He said, okay, where's your cousin? Antonio Brown said, I'm not sure where he is currently, but I'm going to get it for you when he comes back. The dude said, okay, but I need collateral from you, so when he brings my stuff back, I'll bring back your stuff and we exchange. Antonio Brown gives him like some jewelry and say, yo, here, and hold this. Antonio Brown calls the police and told the police, hey, yo, he stole my jewelry. So then the police came in, arrested the Muslim guy after Antonio Brown gave him the jewelry voluntarily, right? So hence the dude got booked for 40 days in Dubai jail. Now, while he's in jail, he hired an attorney. His family now starts to go on like social media and see Antonio Brown is wearing the $100,000 chain, and they use that to like have the dude released from Dubai. They all come back to the US. Dude files a lawsuit against Antonio Brown for pain and suffering and the theft of his jewelry. They rewarded him $180,000 for like the jewelry and all like the hassle, right? So he's at the fight too. Antonio Brown apparently sees him at the fight and he gets reminded of the 180K judgment and he's mad. And Antonio Brown and his homeboys was seen jumping the dude, not the other way around.
So after you seen the video, you basically know that he got that man put in jail, and that man was basically finally seeing him, and it was on site from there. Now. Obviously, we can, basically put the whole case together at this point and see why he was charged with attempted murder. So we know Florida is a stand your ground law. This took place in Miami. So we know Florida is a stand your ground law, but stand your ground is definitely meaning when you're in imminent danger, and he was not in imminent danger, and it's usually kind of an immediate thing. You cannot wait to retaliate and still get stand your ground, and this is where I think Antonio Brown is screwed in this case, because it's too many angles of, obviously, if I can put all this, because I did this in my last video, so I didn't think he was going to get charged with attempted murder, but I'm not surprised at all. But basically, it's too many angles. It's too much video evidence. They probably got even more video evidence than I can even think of putting this thing, because it's probably cameras around that hotel and around that building that can even put more evidence, especially on the other side where he shot the gun at. And the problem is that maybe if he, was still getting jumped and then he pulled it out and fired, but the fact that we have a clear video of him kind of getting away from somebody and then still kicking somebody and then running to it, like where he running back into the action and then firing, it's not a good look. It's too many witnesses, and then I always tell people a live witness, besides the witness that are just around, or the people he intentionally try to shoot at, a live witness is the worst thing you can have when it comes to going to trial. And he has a live witness. He did not kill the person. Now, I don't even think he hit them or strike them with the gun. I don't know exactly where he shot the gun at, but it doesn't look like he hit anybody, because that's not, at least from the reports. But I will say, you getting away from people, getting away from a crowd where you could have just walked to the police or something like that if you felt you was in imminent danger, instead of just running back into the action and firing, yeah, that's going to get you a charge. Like that, let's be for real. That is going to get you a charge. If you stand your ground, that takes stand your ground way out of it, my nigga. You ran back into the action. It's over with. And then, like I said, he got too many witnesses, too many live witnesses. Stand your ground. It's over with. So, it's kind of tragic to see Antonio Brown's career go this way, because you got to think Antonio Brown was on a path to be one of the greatest wide receivers. I mean, we still can argue that he is just for his run that he had, but he was really on a path to be one of the greatest wide receivers of all time, especially if he had kept playing, especially in Tampa Bay. If he had kept playing and just, shut his mouth. But now we're seeing that so he kind of fucked that up, and then maybe we looked at, okay, maybe he kind of has a content creation career now, whether that be, him acting a damn fool, but he still, can figure out how to monetize it. It's like, okay, maybe. But now it's over with. Seeing you go from one, maybe potentially being the greatest receivers of all time, to sitting behind bars because you wanted to finesse a nigga in a different country and they got on your ass when they seen you, that's a tragic downfall. I'm not even gonna lie. So I ain't gonna say I'm praying the best for him, because what he did was idiotic and stupid, but it's very sad to see. But that's all I gotta say though. Like, share, subscribe, comment. IG, TikTok, on the video, and we out.